out of the bed.
I get the...
We're hot. We're live.
We're live. It is
There's too many people in
January 21st at
sprawled out
5:17,
like
episode 20 of the podcast.
Can we even
It is
see our
Monday.
guest? There, yeah, we can. It's kind of hiding back there.
That's our mystery guest.
Hold the battery. Just do this. If you hold the batteries like this
Like
in front of
Mr.
your
Wilson from Tool
eyes, no
Time.
one will know it's you.
Wilson. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk
Did
about?
you know that you can get ethanol out of gas?
You know, I read that. I read that whole thing that he said. It doesn't sound.
It doesn't
legit
sound like
at all.
It doesn't sound like the
sound
same.
legit at all.
Dump this Kool-Aid into your gasoline and pour off the fucking water part.
It may be 100% legit, but
Yep.
it does not sound legit.
I definitely don't want to do it with 300 gallons of fuel.
I have never heard pouring water into fuel as being the...
Well, they'll separate. It's like oil and water.
Yeah, well, I've never heard that was the thing.
I couldn't imagine doing it like even 5 gallons of gas at a time. Like that's something maybe in a mason jar we do.
He did say he normally just does it 1 gallon at a time.
Well, we have... Fuck, what do we have that runs 1 gallon at a time?
It'll just be easier to get non-ethanol.
We fucking put that much in a chainsaw almost. That was... if you have a Walmart, their premium gas is ethanol free. That's the shit I keep and run in the lawnmower. I don't know if that's true.
That can't be true.
Why?
Because of California. There's fucking... Why would Walmart have 2 versions of fuel?
Brian Fowler. Wonder where he's at. Maybe he's here.
I'm sorry, Brian. I don't know. Maybe it is true in wherever you're from, but it doesn't make any sense because Walmart is... There's more Walmarts in California than probably in your state, so they're gonna have the same fuel going to all their pumps because it's just going to be more cost effective.
Reed Spencer said night vision sites are the bomb, but he said it monotone. So
he said it very monotone.
Night vision sites are the bomb.
Or the bomb. Night vision sites.
Night vision. Night vision. David Aranda, I gotta see the shoe porn. You're gonna see some shoe porn.
You're gonna see some shoe
soon.
porn, David.
We're gonna do an 8-inch Louboutin red bottom with spikes,
nice,
and then cross it with an M4.
I might have some shoe porn.
I'll bet you got some shoe porn. I will bet you have some shoe porn. Don't lie. I bet you do.
There's some shoe porn.
At least your girl. I bet she's
I'm
got
a
some shoe porn.
Whore. So I mean.
Well, yeah, that's the shoe porn right there.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Another great video. You guys got to give us real shit to work with. You got to give us real shit to work with. Podcast inside an M1 Abrams or
Would
a
love
Bradley.
to. Would love to do it. You
loud.
know where one's at?
Amazon also rips off the employees and tries to pay them cash so they don't have to pay taxes on them. While you do hear those stories, and why would they fucking do that though? Like if you really think about it, because that's your biggest fucking write-off is employee fucking payroll. Right. That's your biggest fucking expense that you can actually line item expense.
Yep. And if they are paying him cash, I'm assuming they're still paying him an hourly wage. Technically, you're not ripping off the employee if you're paying him normal wages, and you give him cash for those normal wages, and he takes those normal wages home. He's not paying Uncle Sugar tax. So you are making when somebody's not paying tax, they're making more money than they would be normally.
I mean, the only thing that makes sense if they had part-time 1099 drivers, and this guy's just confused.
Maybe that's what he's talking. Because you hear those stories about Walmart everywhere, right? But you also see those dudes that work, like we have people that are on our podcast. We have customers that walk in here that work for Amazon, and they're like, I get all the fucking hours I want.
That might be true for the snowbirds though, like the people that just hit the hubs at Christmas time.
Yeah, delivered.
Where they just pay them.
Crisco should sponsor the podcast.
Yes.
Oh, Dakota said that, and then Josh said, "Aren't they already?"
Yes, Crisco is.
I'll bet there's a dick print in here. I'll bet Nick has been in this Crisco. It's got a little wang to it. The IRS sending a check out. That's rich, Skully. I've not gotten a check from the IRS in 30 years.
I responded by saying you're working too hard. Then
you're working too hard.
This is correct.
I love my Hero 5 on a Karma drone. They don't even do that anymore. I think the Karma drone doesn't exist. We have a bunch of Hero 5s. When you see us use GoPro shit, they're Hero 5s. I just got some 7s. I have not recorded anything on the 7s yet. Thinking about upgrading to the 7. Love my gyro handheld. Shoots great, stabilizing videos. Of course, I have one of those I have a DJI for the cell phone. It took a few minutes to learn to fly sideways to get the profile videos of ATV riders. So all the the DJI shit, we just kind of I can tap myself on the screen and the drone will follow me. Like the Karma stuff, the Karma shit is so fucking outdated now. There is shit out there that's fucking amazing right now. Does your drone follow preset waypoints? This Karma is in its own backpack. Mine has an app that will follow you as you operate, but the wood's not so good. So yes, the DJI Pro, the DJI Mavic 2 Pro and the Zoom both do that, but they have obstacle avoidance sensors 360 degrees. So the bird left up to itself typically will not fly into shit, although Jeff has seen me override that and fly it into shit.
Every time John flies the drone, and I don't know why, I get nervous every time he flies the drone. Because he's just like, and the drone's just out of sight. I'm like...
I'll fly it straight at people. I'll fly it straight to them.
Where's the drone?
It'll come. You'll see it coming at you, and it'll go whoo, like a dragonfly. It just fucking shows you its belly, and then fucking levels out.
Especially when we're in the trees, he'll just start flying towards the trees, and I'm like, can you really tell where you're that thing? And then when the drone decides it doesn't want to come find us, and we spend 20 minutes with John turning the drone.
Trying to find where we're at.
It
did something weird the other day.
Do you see me?
From where we took off, it would only move 1,500 feet, and we were beyond 1,500 feet. We could get the drone to where it saw us, but we were too far away from the original home point, which was fucking weird because the controller was in my hand. So it's going to be something in the parameters. I just have to turn off some of the basic features on it. Fuel. If you have a marina, buy it there. Fuel for sale at a marina will not have ethanol in it. That is what gets bad. Ethanol soaks up water.
That might be legit. That might be a legit answer.
Makes sense.
I'll have
So
to check it,
when they deliver bulk fuel, there's no ethanol in that bulk fuel we get.
Yeah, in the bulk fuel, but that's because...
In the diesel and the bulk.
But is that because it's considered... Because it's coming from a farm source?
I don't know. It's just unleaded gas. It's the same. It's just fucking normal unleaded fuel. Glad to hear your rights will be restored. Couldn't be happier. We'll see when that happens. Got my new 1.5 Cobra belt this week. Fucking awesome. Well worth the time spent trying to find exactly who made this product. CBI Off-Road is where it's at. That stands for Can't Break It. CBI stands for Can't Break It. They were there at Overland. All the way fucking through the entire mud field, all the way at the fucking back. Got all the way back there. We talked to a couple dudes. Their energy level was definitely not the same as fucking everybody else we spoke to. And then they told us that they can't do shit for my truck because I have the sensors on my truck. So I see the CBI stuff. I'm aware of it. Yeah. Prenzu, they do own Prenzu. You are correct on that for sure. So that's that. I like their sliders. I like their shit. Front Runner have great racks with lots of attachments that resemble the Rhino racks. I think the Rhino rack is a better product. I've talked to dudes that have had both. A lot of people say that the Front Runner racks fucking squeak and make weird noises and shit, whereas the Rhino does not. And the Rhino is just a little more robust. If you haven't seen them both in person, you should check them out.
It seemed like you could put a lot more stuff on the Rhino rack, intentionally that they designed it around getting stuff on there.
They have over 400 things, 400 fucking attachments that go on it. Wow. And not only does their T-track run front to back, you can run them horizontal also. It's just fucking, it's nice, man. What they don't have is they don't have a fucking awesome commercial. The Front Runner commercial is fucking awesome. You've got people that pull in a garage. They've got all this slat wall. They got some kayaks on the wall. They got all the other shit that goes on their rack on the wall. Their commercials that are on YouTube and their stuff on their website. Their website is well designed. The Front Runner, that is. The Rhino rack, their website isn't as good as the other one. What do you guys think of the Democratic-Republican relations trip being canceled? Democrat public. Is that her fucking when she had 20 of
That's
her
Pelosi.
relatives?
Yeah.
That's Pelosi.
It's like 90.
93.
93
Yeah, they had,
relatives?
so you had
God damn.
you had
I don't even have 93
No, I don't
relatives.
think I do
the
either.
extended family.
Yeah.
So that's just people they wanted to take on a trip. So when Nancy Pelosi is running around telling everybody, "Oh my God, Trump canceled my Afghanistan trip," it was not a trip to Afghanistan. It was a trip to Brussels. They were taking 93 of their relatives to Europe. That was the point of this whole trip. Yeah, maybe Nancy would have ran over to Afghanistan for 24 hours and then came back to Brussels, but I guarantee you those fucking Democrats would have been sitting their ass in Europe having a good old time on your taxpayer dollars. I'm glad he canceled that fucking
In a
flight.
5-star hotel.
Yeah, I'm glad he canceled that flight. Look up the Democrats down in Puerto Rico. Right after the goddamn, like literally right after they shut the government down, all these Democrats did the same thing. They took their extended families, went down to Puerto Rico, and were partying down in Puerto Rico.
Partying with the lobbyists.
Yeah, partying with the fucking lobbyists.
Who bought them? Like, who bought the lobbyists? They fucking buy them. I mean,
Well, I guarantee you, our tax dollars paid to
course
have
they
those
do.
lobbyists down there suntanning.
could you make different size rifle cases to fit inside Pelican cases? Yes, we could. I would start with the 26-inch and I'd put it inside a 28-inch Pelican case. It would work perfectly. Yeah, I'm sure we could, Brendan. We're not going to anytime soon, though. Like we're gonna build these 26-inch rifle cases. When you guys start seeing the videos come out for them and shit, when you see a link, that means we fucking have them. Like they're out there being cut right now. We're in motion on those things. Like this will be the first time that we've actually dropped a brand new product and actually had the product ready to ship. I would guess that they're going to sell out super fucking quick. And then you guys fucking 5 days later are going to be crying about how they're sold out and did I really miss it? Like we've been telling you guys now for over 2 weeks that we're building these cases. We gave you a little couple teaser videos. We showed you pictures of them. We have a full video. Gabby's got a 10-minute or 5 or 10-minute video you guys did.
Fuck, I don't know, man. We did
10-minute video, and then Brandel was down here and shot a whole entire day. The commercial and the intro outro for that. So like watch for that. When you see that and you see a link to those, you better have your fucking finger ready because those things are going to fucking sell out. Do you guys have any favorite authors to read or preferred documentary series you would recommend?
God, who reads anymore? Do you still read?
No, I listen to
Podcasts. Audible. Yeah, who reads it?
How in the fuck is
I have a
like Books a Million and stuff. How are they?
what's the one when the ATF agent's standing on Lady Liberty? Unintended consequences. How the fuck is that not on Books on Audio or something?
I looked for it on the way up here.
Or Lights Out. Lights Out's not either. David Crawford's book's not.
I probably have 500 books on a shelf, and I've read them all at one time.
Yep.
Back when you read.
Yes.
I actually thought, like, I don't know, probably 6 months ago, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start reading these over. I'm going to read these over, and I have not touched a single book.
I got through half a page and I'm asleep.
Yeah,
I haven't touched a single book.
I have
don't
a
know how I
library.
used to do it.
I have thousands of books, thousands of them stashed, literally a library for when the power goes out.
Right, yeah.
That side road sign just west of your driveway, probably why idiots turning in at night. No, bullshit. That fucking little side road sign is not like a road sign, and it doesn't say fucking bird song. There's that fucking no fucking way is that
Bird
why.
Song's way up the road too, right?
Yeah, it's not even close.
We had a dude come in here 2 years ago, maybe. Come in here fast enough. You didn't hear about that? Came in fast, coming from. It was a preacher from Jackson, preaching over here in New Johnsonville. Came flying up the road. Had a little girl with him. Probably getting his dick stuck. Right. Mike. That's what the cops thought too.
Right.
Came, fucking hit that driveway so fast. Hit that fucking bar across the driveway so quickly that the bar curved up across his hood and roof line, smashed his roof down like 6 inches and blew out all the windows, every piece of glass in his car.
He was on the other side.
When
of the
we
bar.
got here, he was on the other side.
Shit. Oh,
Yeah, he went all the way through.
Trooper calls me. I come flying up here. I'm like, where's he at? He's like, he's right there. He's on the. I go, how the fuck is he on the other side of the fence? And I'm looking. I'm like, what is all this glass? He's like, we don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out. He didn't want to drive back through there and have it ruin his car more. He had to drive over an hour home. It was like 32 degrees outside.
Holy
There's snow
shit.
on the ground and shit. And he said, I just paid this car off like a month ago. I just fucking dropped my insurance to liability. Literally like he couldn't sit upright in the car. He had to recline his seat and kind of sit sideways.
He will never forget that blowjob.
I was gonna say, yeah. Stop and get ahead. That's
you can remove ethanol from gas pretty easy. I said, how? He said, take 20 ounces of water per gallon of gas and add some food coloring. Add water to the gas and let it sit overnight for 24 hours. Pour off colored liquid. Should get roughly 32 ounces per each 20 ounces of water that you added. I have only done this 1 gallon at a time for weed eaters, chainsaws, etc. You wouldn't believe how much cooler they run with the ethanol removed. Probably won't get it 100%, but you should be damn close.
I'll just try and buy ethanol free.
But I believe there's something to that, man. Like in high school and shit, we used to leave gas in motorcycles fucking forever. And you get a new bike, and then you wouldn't ride your other bike for a year or two until you blew up your new one. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, while you're waiting on parts or something, you would go ride your old bike. And you just kick it. But eventually you'd get that fucking thing started. Not now, man. The fucking inside of the carburetors are fucking disintegrated. And everybody says it's the ethanol, but then you got dudes that are like, no, there's no scientific proof to that. Well, something fucking changed. It literally, like your little fuel tank filler has a little copper like screen on it. It eats those away. It literally eats the fucking brass or copper parts inside the carburetors. It fucking disintegrates shit.
It's gotta be some kind of like
eats up the rubber fucking seals. No,
it's the man. No, they
believe it is
something.
The man. Yeah,
it has to be something.
Almost like a sugar substitute from corn that would cause that. Like
that could be it.
Yeah,
it's the man. He's trying to keep you from saving fuel.
Ethanol to fucking save the planet, right?
Yeah.
They say it takes 8 gallons of diesel to produce 1 gallon of ethanol from the harvest. Victory 4x4 is the shit. Hopefully soon. I'm looking forward to getting their bed rack base. Looks sick and simple and badass. Those guys were totally cool. That was one of the people I was looking for at Overland Expo. That guy's videos are cool. That dude was just as cool in person. James Blackwell, Killer Podcast. I don't think Uncle Sam had open tap on me like he did last night. Maybe he ran a cloak on the tap.
They're always listening. Just because they're not letting you know, they're always listening.
Have you ever refused to do a collaboration? Not so much collaboration. Like, we get dudes that come in, they contact us nowadays. They used to come in, and they'd be like, hey, I've got this idea. I'm like, what is it? Well, I need you to sign this paperwork. I'm like, I'm not signing any paperwork. It happened at Overland Expo. Dude came up, and he's like, hey, we have this thing we want you to build. I have some NDA paperwork I need you to sign. I go, we don't sign non-disclosure agreements. He's like, what? I go, we don't sign NDAs. And he looked at me, and I'm looking at Jeff, and I'm like, what's this going to be? He goes, well, I have a client, that's looking for some U.S. manufacturing. I go, we probably can't do it anyways, man. Like, I can't build enough of my shit, much less build your shit. And you're going to want a discount, and then you're going to want to fucking middleman it. And really, you're not even the dude I'm wholesaling to. You're trying to distribute. So you need a cut, and then your fucking sale guy needs a cut, and then his distribution needs a cut. I go, but 95, 99% of the time, a dude has some idea. Usually when we tell them no, they tell us what it is anyways.
Yeah.
And then then we walk to the back, and I've got 4 or 5 giant ass fucking super kit bags, and we pull the thing out that they already want built, and we built it fucking 15 years ago, like almost to the T. Over 95% of those dudes, like, we already fucking have it. And if there was such a fucking market for it, like, we get that all the time. You should build, I'm looking for this. I want you to build this. Or you guys should build this. I can't find it. Well, there's a reason you can't find a current modern mag pouch for your stripper clips for your K-Swiss 98 or whatever the fuck it is. Your SKS. Well, dudes all the time, they're like, do you have a pouch that'll hold 10 round mags for my AR or whatever? I'm like, yeah, buy some fucking 20 round or 30 round mags that are pinned. They'll fit in every fucking mag pouch we make. There's not a market for it. That's why it's not there.
Move out of that state.
Colt wanted us to build 500 rifle cases at a time for one of their law enforcement divisions. We didn't do that. We don't build rifle cases. Barrett has asked us to build rifle cases for him fucking at least a dozen times. We didn't do that because we don't build rifle cases. Man, the latest one is dudes are like, will you build a drag bag? You ever drag a fucking drag bag?
Mm-hmm.
Like for real? Like with all those fucking extra pockets and shit?
Yeah, I have. I've dragged one of those with an M40 in it.
Because you had to?
As a sniper, I guess.
I also saw you guys, I saw dudes taking pant legs and padding them and dragging those.
Well, the big thing, what we used to do is, this was before the Eagle bags. And
I'm talking about those.
Yeah, but even this is before the Eagle bags, before we had the Eagle bags, you would go to Walmart or fucking Big Five and buy a just regular rifle case, and we would canvas that. Put canvas all on that and put a line on it so you could drag it between your legs, and we would drag those. Even when we got the Eagle cases, like I was an asshole. When we got the Eagle cases, I'm like, you ain't taking these to school. You're still making an old fucking, you're still making one because we're not dragging these things. But they drag them now because they get, the Marine Corps is spoiled again.
Isn't that mostly like on stalking, when they're crawling upper, right? Mm-hmm. And you got dudes out walking on them. Isn't it mostly that giant fucking bag that gives them away?
Sometimes, if you're doing it right, so if you're doing it right, it's tucked all the way up in your ass anyway. So you've got that right there behind you. And if you're moving on the trail, usually not. The drag bag is not what's going to get you. It's your head. Because everybody wants to,
For the guys that don't know, explain to them what we're talking about.
So, that's a whole fucking class. Stalking. Anyways.
You want me to do it?
You go ahead.
So, Jeff's like, hey, we got these pigs out in the field. Do you want to come out and spot them? I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what that was. So I go out there, and they got a 1.5 or a 5-ton, and they've got 2 fucking, binoculars and spotting scopes on this truck bed. So you get up there, and you're looking out in the field for a sniper who's crawling, and he's in a ghillie suit, and he's all garnished up. And there's a couple sniper instructors out there, and they've got these big, long white poles, and they got walkie-talkies. So you're standing on the truck, glassing, looking for these snipers. And I see what I think is a sniper. So we radio to one of the dudes in the field, and I'm like, walk 5, I think I see a sniper. Walk 5 paces forward. So they walk 5 paces forward, 1 pace to your left. Boom. Sniper at your feet. Or the instructor will actually step and walk over the sniper. Just walking. If I say 3 steps,
they take 3 steps.
They take 3 steps. And they'll be sitting right on, they'll stand, and I'm like, pig at your feet. And that's what, so if they catch that dude, and that actually is him, he's fucking out. He's done. That's it. That's the one.
That's pretty good.
And there was a lot of sword fighting going on with those. And
it's, so basically, for teaching stalking, you're confined to a space. The stalk lane is usually anywhere between 800 to 1,000 yards long. They have to stalk within 200 yards of the observers. The observers will usually be 2 snipers. Snipers don't stalk. Pigs stalk because they have to get ready for school. And I don't want to say that no sniper stalked after. It's very rare. It's very rare that a scout sniper puts on a ghillie suit after he graduates sniper school.
Unless you're in the movie Sniper.
Or
Vietnam.
So they have to get within 200 yards. Once they're within 200 yards, they set up their final firing position, and then they're going to fire a blank at the instructors that are in the truck. At that point, a walker will come over, and what he does is he'll get within 10 paces of wherever the guy was. He can be anywhere around. He can be anywhere around where he is, but he has to be within 10 paces. And he just stands there and looks at the sky. And his job is not to give the sniper away. And then the instructors will look, see if they can find him. If they can't find him, he will fire another blank. And they'll look, see if they can, because a lot of times, when people, they don't really pay attention to their FFP, and all kinds of shit will come flying out of there at the instructors. But so they fire their second shot. Then the guy will indicate. So if they don't catch him still, then he'll indicate. He'll take his stick and he'll point in the direction of wherever the dude's at. And they'll look again. And if they don't find him then he's good. He gets 100 and he goes to the truck. But no pig gets 100.
What's that?
Oh, I forgot. They got to check his dope. They'll check his dope and his position. So they'll check his dope to make sure that his dope is on 200 because, when you're dragging your rifle around, that turret can turn and you can be on 1,000. You go into the truck. You didn't win because you had the wrong dope on your gun. And then they check the position because sometimes it's all about finding a window, being able to... I forgot about the cards, damn it. It's been a long time since I had to do a stock. The observers hold up a card, and it'll be a number, and then he has to look through the scope, and he'll be like, number 12, or he's waving at me, or he's flipping me off. And then they go on to shoot. But it's all about cover and concealment and getting that FFP, because sometimes you can't get a window to see, and you'll lean completely out of your tripod.
Boom.
And you'll see the card, and then you'll move back, and you'll get busted for doing that shit. But
what's FFP?
Final firing position.
Gotcha.
Anyways, that's stalking.
We should do a stalking class here. We'll use crackheads.
We could.
Spot.
We could.
We'll have the sheriff. We'll have the jail loan us some crackheads. How could we use crackheads?
Walkers.
Literally walkers.
Yeah, walkers.
Don't get bit.
Don't get bit by your walker.
Don't get bit by the crackhead. I always thought this was you. Is that you?
No, I'm weapons junkie.
Weapons. I thought maybe you had a different one on YouTube. Yep, run the fuel out of my quad almost every time I park it. 300 blackout shines in the short barrel, 8-inch, 10% more energy than 16-inch barrel in 5.56. Plus, you can go subsonic and suppressed with no modifications. Why don't you just get a Tommy gun then?
Well, because there's no...
Because you couldn't have a super cool fucking...
Basically, every time you fire a 45 round, it's subsonic.
I live in the high plains, and ATAX is amazing out in the flats of Colorado. I use it hunting antelope. Which weapons collection? Which ATAX do you like? Are you on the IX now? The ATAX guys have been fucking awesome to deal with for sure.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of their posts on Instagram.
Yeah, fucking that's awesome. That's why we're building. Those dudes. That it was actually smart of them. Like they want to get their shit out there. Not that they're not out there, but. Like, those dudes interacting with us, like, ask Jeff. I'm like, fuck ATAX. We're not building shit out of ATAX. And they started fucking sharing our posts. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're building shit out of ATAX. Multicam, fucking, we don't see shit from... We buy more multicam than anything else. Fucking, multicam doesn't fucking do dick for anyone.
It's because they're big government, man. They got that government contract. They don't need to kiss anybody's ass. They're getting a check from Uncle Sugar every month. Well, which, pretty soon, they're not going to be once everything goes over to Scorpion. But is it the same company?
Happened. No.
It's a different
That's how
company.
they got around Cry. So, hey, Mike, you guys at like ATAX, tell them to bring back the LEX. Like, I need a dark. Like, I like the Ghost, but I need that fucking dark black back. Like, that's in that market with the Typhon and the multicam black. Like, you guys got to give me something in those colors so that we can... do more of that shit. We like the Ghost.
It's just not dark enough.
But it's not there. Ghost is on par with Raid. We need a fucking black option like you guys had. I took a fighting pistol about a year ago, and I'm kicking myself for not stopping by the shop. You should. You should actually fucking just slam your nuts in the fucking door right now. I don't know why the fuck you would do that. We're talking about the kids in D.C. in the spring. We're taking the kids to the D.C. in spring. Have either of you been to Washington, D.C.? Yeah, we've been there. It'll be closed, though, because they've closed all the Smithsonian and shit.
If it's not closed, it's a great place to visit, but make sure you go during a weekday. Don't go on a weekend. If you go on a weekend, it's like being at fucking Disneyland. You're going to get 2 rides.
If so, is there any off-the-beaten-path type things you should check out? The Smithsonian is made up of a bunch of museums. One of them has a fucking ton of guns, and then the aerospace one, but, like... My interest is like the natural history museums, and I really think that there's museums probably like the Chicago Field Museum. I think it's probably better than the Smithsonian Museum. I went when I was 13. I drove across the United States with my dad, and we went to Smithsonian museums in D.C. and shit. I have not been since then. I don't think I'm allowed to go into that area. I think I'm probably not allowed in Washington, D.C.
You're all right.
John and Skully, great video. Sounds like you just need a primo on hand, custom fab everything. Nick, I would agree with you. We fucking that's exactly what we need. That dude can make anything. Hope everything works out. Getting your rights back. We'll see what happens. Also, I got a set of night sights from Night Vision. Put them on a Glock 19, and the fucker is the brightest set of sights I've ever seen. Even better than Big Dots. I pulled the trigger after watching James on a video. One thing about him, if it's in his program, it fucking works. I would agree with that.
Yeah, James definitely beats up. Like he's not afraid of. I don't want to say afraid of the corporations, but he definitely beats up the gear he gets. So, he's not. If he's carrying it, he's got 10,000 rounds through it and threw it on the ground 50 times and ran it over with his motorcycle and all kinds of crazy shit.
Hillbilly Psycho 2. Not the first one, but the second one. I motherfucking love this shit. Fuck you if you don't. America. I used to love the rant videos, but these are way better. Two dudes answering questions and passing on information. Whoever came up with this is fucking genius. Daniel Marshall, isn't it just he's here in Yorkshire? There's an old saying, hear all, see all, say not. Not equals nothing. And these videos are right in that groove. That's your boy.
Is that from, where's he at?
The England,
England.
The Bad Teeth Collective.
Yeah, Bad Teeth Collective. That's
what's
all right.
What's up with Brexit? Is that England?
Yeah, that is England. They're having their
meltdown.
They're having their meltdown right now.
Are they running a bunch of people into the ocean?
No, but the government is actually looking at dissolving because they couldn't get the vote.
Have you guys not seen the Pied Piper? Did they fucking dump a bunch of Muslims over there or something?
In England?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Is that what this is all about?
No, it's not really. It's not really about that. It's just
not about bodies.
It's just about England having their England having their sovereignty again instead of being fucking having to kowtown to Brussels. The European Union is some bullshit, and it's gonna collapse.
They got cliffs there.
Yeah.
Just fucking Pied Piper that shit. I saw the lemmings. That was that, right?
Yeah.
What smells spicy? That's Jeff. Josh said that. All right, Friday podcast. Let's get with it. We're done, man.
Are we done?
This is the Wednesday one, I think. I recommend we recorded 90 minutes tonight. That's it. That's all we got.
That's it. Hey, somebody asked about. I can't remember who your name is. Somebody asked about what would I do if I was the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Oh man, fundamental changes would be at hand, and I would also get an M1 Abrams. That would be the best part about being Commandant of the Marine Corps. Except they would be so mad at me parking that on the street in Washington, D.C.
What's that giant tank? It was like 10 times. It was like as big as a house.
The Germans it had to have been a German tank. Yeah, they love making big shit.
I want that one.
You want that one? I think that they're. We
could probably actually buy one of those.
Well, I don't know if we could. I think there's only two. I think there's only two of those tanks left in the world.
Why? Because we blew them all up.
Well, no. They first off, they didn't. The big tank that they had, they didn't make a lot of them. And, at the end of the war, everything that was German was scrapped. So I think, like the Russians, I want to say that the Russians just recently pulled one out of one of their bogs, like found it and pulled it out of the bog, and
those people were fully preserved in there too.
And they're rebuilding it. And then I think the British Museum, I don't know the name of it, but there's a British museum that also has one that's running.
Okay, we'll go the opposite direction. I'll just settle for a ferret.
A ferret? That's ferret's doable.
Yeah.
Ferret is doable. Ferret is definitely doable. You got anything? What's going on? What's going on in your world? Classes?
Living the dream. Yeah. Here for classes.
Dream.
Here to see y'all. Instead of SHOT Show, I'm hanging out in Camden.
Man, we can't even talk about anything with you. I don't even know what we can say.
I don't think they'll watch it.
We'll get you in trouble every direction.
Especially with your high profile.
Yeah, I need my batteries.
Crappy Skoko.
The left's coming after me.
Crazy.
But the rifle cases are badass. I mean, I'd say that from a customer.
I mean, fucking everything we make's badass.
Oh, of course.
How many do you get?
I do have some LEX ATAC stuff from when y'all had.
Yeah, I like that shit.
It's awesome.
So what color's your rifle bag gonna be?
Well, I hope Raid.
Raid?
Or ATAC's Ghost. I'm down with the ATACs now.
Ghost?
Yeah.
I always think of Ghost Recon whenever I see that. I always think of that guy hiding underneath the box.
Or multicam tropical. Or tropic with Tropic Thunder. That's what you
Tropic
call it.
Thunder. I always think of Tropic Thunder for multicam tropic. Yep.
What'd you do this weekend?
Just house stuff. Tried to pull the half shafts out of the Subaru and shot some gun. Just kind of stayed around the house. Didn't really do anything exciting.
Some down deep in the bunker. This is cool.
Yeah.
It works.
It works,
like
you know.
It's weird. It's fucking warm down here. I thought it'd be fucking freezing. You never know what the fuck.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Here.
I think it's like the
thermal barrier.
Like the all the fucking leaves we get from the city. I think it's like that.
It's heating the ground.
It's just heating up in here. There's so much stuff in here that it's creating its own environment.
Sure, that's only
maybe it. All right.
All right. You're hungry.
Maybe they'll be.
I need to go home.
cool.
It was
30 minutes. Or it had been an hour.
So we'll give them a bonus.
A bonus? What are we gonna? What are we talking about?
Bonusing?
It's
level up. Isn't that what all the kids say?
Yeah, level up.
Was there a level up before that? It was in Pac-Man.
There's always a level. There's always a boss you have to
super
be.
fast.
Camera's
rolling. You're on podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get done with all of these? Was this the only one? Remember the pulls?
Yes, that's the only.
I know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that is the only one. But I haven't shipped any of them yet. Still.
Stand there. Are you on camera?
Yeah, of course she is.
God, this looks terrible.
Why? Because the
It's
boxes.
dark behind that.
It is dark back
They're
there.
here for the audio, not the.
Yeah, they're here for the audio piece.
You're old, so let's talk to you. Jeff said something in the gym today. I'm like, you wanna? What's the matter? He goes, I'm old. When I walked in this morning, I'm like, how you doing? I'm old. And I'm like,
Yeah, I'm old.
I'm just as old as you are. So at what point did we stop? At what point did we acknowledge the fact that, because you're older than all of us, at what point did we acknowledge that we're old? I use it as like, dudes say some shit, I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you're right, I'm old. Yet I'm still doing more shit than you are, and I have more fucking energy than you do, and I fucking have more fun than you do. So what's your fucking excuse, you young little bastard, doing fucking nothing? So
Well, that's the only reason why I'm going to the gym.
you're like the gunny. Japanese main mine blew off my shins.
Well, I equate it to this.
You know what I'm talking about?
I equate it to this.
King of the Hill.
You're like a Ferrari. You're like a Ferrari. You get out, you spin your wheels.
Ferraris don't run very often.
You spin your wheels. You're like a Ferrari. I was like a quarter-ton pickup truck. People were throwing bricks on the back of me, and so I'm old. I have road
So you're
miles.
just saying it's just the quality of life you had when you were younger is the way that you're going to feel when you get older no matter what you do?
I would say yes.
I don't think so, though, because I think you could, that's just like me. When I was younger, up until about, 12 years ago, I weighed under 100 pounds. And I felt really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you had...
Listen. But I was a meth addict, okay? So after I got clean, I put on all this weight, everything that's like just now. I've tried for like 2 years straight about losing my weight, but I have not exercised. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, you can change the quality of your life no matter how old you are or what you've been through. I just honestly believe that.
But that doesn't make sense because
Yes,
basically...
it does. Because, I think it's all in the choices that you make at that time.
Basically what you just said was, when I was younger, I was lighter.
You're about to get in a fight.
And now that you're older, and you can change the quality of your life for the better.
But I'm not because I choose not to. Do you see what I'm saying? I think it's choices.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You think you're lazy? You don't fucking come because you're not lazy in here.
Well, I think it's just like I'm comfortable.
I think you need a little fear in your
Did you
life.
just say you're comfortable?
Yeah, I think
You
it's
see
like
that? She just said she
You
was
need some
comfortable.
adrenaline. You need to be chased by something that'll eat you.
that I'm not scared of.
No, you need
Where are
something
you
that
gonna
you
find
are
that?
scared of.
I just don't think you can. I don't think you can. It doesn't matter what. If you've lived a hard life up to now, right? Mm-hmm. There are certain things that you can't choose to improve. Yes, I can go to the gym. Like we're going to the gym.
Like
and
you broke me?
I can improve my strength and flexibility, but there are things that are broken on me that
No matter what you do,
it's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse.
So why are you going to the gym?
Because I needed to. I needed to get the flex. I wanted to get a little more flexibility back, and I just needed to go.
Like we have a gym here, but it's so fucking easy to go up there and do a set of something. Wow, this needs picked up, this needs dusted, this needs moved. Going to the gym, like, you have a purpose and accountability by having somebody waiting at the gym for you. So, you know, it definitely makes it better, which is why you should probably go to the gym with us.
I know, but I live an hour away.
I have a gym here. I will take 30 minutes of my day to yell at you and hit you with things and throw things at you while you work out.
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Are you ready? Are you ready?
So you get migraines every now and then.
Oh my God, I've had one for the last 2 days.
I know, but do you notice that you like came in here and started laughing and smiling and shit?
Yeah.
Like now the whole look on your face is different. Like it's like relaxed. Like I saw when you
Did it
walked
make
through
my
the
hair
door.
look better?
like I sense when you walk in the door, I know when something's matter. And it's not like something you do. I can feel it in the air.
I feel it's best to avoid her when her blood's up.
Yeah, there are times when it's best to avoid her. Let her like bite somebody else first.
I'm not that mean.
Those look nice.
My nails?
Your nails look nice. They do.
Miranda did the majority
That
of
looks
these.
nice. Who sewed all the ones that had to get cut off?
There was only one.
No, there was a fucking whole run of them.
On what?
All of these.
On what? On what had to be cut off?
I don't know, but
zipper.
see this? They had
sewed it in.
See how they had sew
And
lines?
had somebody said something about it, I'd have just said, leave that motherfucker. See how this zipper's exposed?
Mm-hmm.
They made it covered. And had somebody said something rather than cut all 25 of these apart, I'd have said, leave them alone. But they cut every one of them off.
I do not know if I need that one yet. I haven't shipped them yet.
But you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I've lost 40 pounds and kept it off, but that's it.
40
Just,
pounds is like a
stop
fucking
there.
small child. Like
I know.
40 pounds is a lot of fucking
But I
weight.
still feel, you know what I'm saying?
Your body's adapted to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to change your
Now
MO.
you gotta-
Yeah,
Come
so
to
I
the
can go
gym.
eat a whole box of couch chocula and then
Once.
start over again?
Yeah.
Once. I mean, you gotta have some fear.
Yeah. So where's the fear going to come from?
Well, do you want us
Walking
to
on
chase
the
you with it? You
treadmill.
want us to chase you with a truck, a razor, a
No!
four-wheeler?
I
You
don't
want me to
want
bring
to
in
run.
a stray dog? What do you-
I don't want to run.
we throw you in that fucking cold ass water, you'll be scared.
You lose weight when you're really cold, too.
You lose everything when you're really cold. All right, there's your extra podcast.
That's your bonus podcast. Special guest.
Best part of it. What? How do we turn this off?